22 qualifiers, Sweden take on the Netherlands. Well, this group has already been decided in terms of who makes it through to the finals next year. And with these results over the last couple of days, it has been confirmed. Turkey's win over Sweden essentially meaning that Sweden were eliminated. Sweden could end up on the same number of wins as Turkey, but their head-to-head record means that they would just miss out. In fact, they'd only miss out by a point because their win over Turkey earlier on in the qualifying campaign was by 7 points, and a couple of days ago they lost by 8. So Turkey will qualify regardless, even if Sweden win here today. And Turkey end up losing the game a little bit later on when they take on Croatia. Incidentally, that game is coming up as well as we look to iron out the final placings in the group. Croatia, Netherlands and Turkey will be going to EuroBasket 2022. Sweden will miss out, but they will want to end this campaign on a high. Netherlands, having won 3 of their 5 games already, assured of a place in the next round. Outstanding campaign from them. 65-57 win over Croatia a couple of days ago, ensuring they have their 3rd win and a place in the next round. Sweden, as I mentioned, losing out to Turkey. 8-point defeat. A 6-point defeat would have meant that they still would have had a chance of qualifying today. Such are the margins sometimes. It's a tough one to take for the Swedish team. Of course, if Turkey beat Croatia, it wouldn't really matter anyway, because Turkey would end up with 3 victories. And Sweden would still have to win today to stand any chance, even if they had had a slightly better result on Saturday. So I'll have a look at the rosters in a few moments' time, and also look back on the performances of these 2 teams over the course of qualifying. But before that, and before the action gets underway, we will have the national anthems. So it is the final qualifying game for Sweden and the Netherlands. The Netherlands are already guaranteed a place in the finals. Sweden are going to miss out. So we have a look at the refereeing team for today's EuroBasket qualifier. A big opportunity for the Netherlands to make a final statement on qualifying, having led such a successful campaign. Three wins out of 5 so far in qualifying, and here is their starting 5. Shooting guard Yannick Franke, who plays in Poland, averaging over 15 points per game in the qualifying campaign so far. Mohamed Karazi, averaging 6.5 rebounds per game, and Shalan Kloof, 30-year-old point guard who's such a key player for them, averaging over 15 points a game as well, and 5.8 rebounds. So Maurizio Buscaglia, the head coach from Italy, also in charge of Pallacanestro Brescia these days, the 51-year-old. He took over the job of Netherlands head coach in 2019. Here's the Sweden starting 5. Does include a Tobias Borg, the 27-year-old point guard. Christopher Chirapovic, key player for them as well. Both of those players play their club basketball in Spain, and they have a Spanish head coach as well, Hugo Lopez, 45-year-old, in charge since 2018, also head coach of Valladolid. Well, it was a disappointing result for Sweden in their game a couple of days ago. An 8-point defeat, meaning they can't qualify today regardless of what happens, even if they win and Turkey lose. They actually had to enter the second round of pre-qualifying, finish top of their group there, ahead of Denmark on points difference. And that secured their place in the qualifying campaign. They won the home games against Denmark and Belarus, lost both away games, but still finished top of the group, had qualified. And they started this qualifying group with defeat to Croatia, and then that win over Turkey by 7 points. The second window, they lost both their games to the Netherlands. It was a narrow one when these two last met, 78-76. Chirapovic getting 21 points for Sweden on that day. Yannick Franke was the star man for the Netherlands. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of steals for him in that 78-76 victory. And the defeat to Croatia for Sweden in the second window meant that coming into this final window, it was always going to be difficult. And then that 8-point defeat to Turkey confirming the fact that they cannot qualify anymore. Netherlands got a great win on Saturday. They beat Croatia, as I mentioned, by 8 points. Yannick Franke again starring, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Such an important player for them. He is in the starting 5, unsurprisingly. Sweden will be relying on Christopher Chirapovic, definitely. He's arguably been their star performer over the course of the qualifying campaign, and did pick up those 21 points when these two teams met in the second window. It was a tight game, that one, so we could be in for another good contest here. Hugo Lopez and Maurizio Buscaglia just issuing those final words of encouragement. We are almost ready to get underway in the first of today's 2 qualifiers from this arena in Turkey. And Besiktas play their basketball, of course. And we are underway. And the Netherlands looking for a fast start, very nearly get it as well. Great rejection there. What an opening that would have been for the Netherlands. It's Sweden instead who get the opening score of the game. Flying start from the Swedes there. Borg making the two-pointer. It's a great block by Chirapovic prior to that to stop the Netherlands scoring within the first few seconds. Here come the Netherlands again. How about that from Chirapovic? Great bit of defensive work, super block, and then Borg with the layup. The three-pointer attempted. Yuto Koch unable to keep hold of the ball there as he attempted to claim the rebound. Here comes Sweden again. Going to increase their lead here. It's going to come out as far as Thomas Masamba. And the three-pointer from the near side here from Chirapovic, no good. Here's Yannick Franke. Still going. Floats it up, can't get it to go. The foul is called. Thomas Masamba, the player penalised. It means that the Netherlands can get their first point on the board here. Yannick Franke from the foul line. He makes both of them. And 2 points each now. A minute and a half or so into the final game for these two teams. This qualifying campaign. Borg gets it back again. Look to drive in for the layup. Hands it off instead. Nice work from Borg. Easy finish for Simon Bergander. Sweden reclaim the lead. The Netherlands again looking to respond. Missed opportunity though by Van der Verst de Vries. Masamba. And look for the pass, finds Borg. Floated up again. And the Netherlands doing the defensive work there. It was Van Brie claiming that rebound. Sweden leading by 4 points to 2. And turned over here. Masamba, the whistle had already gone. Foot out of bounds there from Masamba. Just couldn't keep this alive there. Very, very tight, but clearly the correct decision. Sweden still up by 2, 4 points to 2. The lead as Netherlands look to tie the game here. Missing a few opportunities early on. There's a three-point attempt. Oh, and then somehow didn't land in. Chirapovic claiming the rebound. And that is nicely done again. Bergander adding a couple of more points to his tally. Sweden with a 6-2 lead. Great response, though, from the Netherlands. Yito Kok knocking that one down nonchalantly. Picked out by Van der Vos de Vries. Great bit of play here from the Dutch. Chirapovic, after making the two and drawing the foul, adds the extra as well. Takes Sweden into a 5-point lead. 9-4 the score. Another foul called. Jonas Jerebko penalised there. Foul drawn by Mohamed Karazi. It will be a chance for Yito Kok to hit a couple of free throws here. And this is the first one. And makes one from two to make it a 4-point game. Borg, Masamba. Oh, knocked down from distance. 3-pointer from Thomas Masamba. And Sweden with a 7-point advantage now, approaching the halfway point in this first quarter. They'll be delighted with their start. This is Franke for the Netherlands. The jump shot missed. Couldn't quite claim the rebound there. Sweden they have now, and really has been a great start from them. And another two knocked down. Jonas Jerebko knocking that one down as the Netherlands call a timeout. Really struggling here, the Dutch team, to get going. It's the Swedish side who are out in front so far, 14 points to 5. And Sweden with a 9-point lead here, midway through the first quarter. Netherlands were hoping to respond instantly there, but it's out of bounds here. Just a foot on the line there. You can see it from Luc van Brie. And Sweden unable to make that count. And the Netherlands also struggling offensively at the moment. There's the alley-oop pass, wasn't quite there to be finished off. Jonas Jerebko looked as though he was going to try and take that on initially. Franke floated up and still won't go for the Netherlands here. He's struggling to get points on the board in these early stages. A frustrating opening 6 minutes for them. That's a great pass and finished off nicely by Serapovic, picked out by Jerebko. And Sweden open up a double-digit lead, 16 points to 5. Netherlands on the move again. So again, it's good defense from Sweden till it's turned over. And there's the foul and a trip to the line. Franke making the first. All three of his points have come from free throws so far. He makes it 4 from 4 from the line. Still a 9-point lead for Sweden here. Three minutes left in the first quarter. It's just taken the Netherlands a little while to get things moving here. Sweden have made the better start, deservedly have a decent lead for this early stage. 9 points the difference. Serapovic. Looks to just lay that up, can't quite get it to go. Netherlands on the move again. This is where they've been a little lackluster so far, but that's pretty good. Boy van Vliet making the layup there. The Netherlands close the gap to 7. Oh, and rejected there. It's great defense. And Yannick Frank. And the three-point attempt is no good and not kept alive either. And this was the best play of the game from the Netherlands so far. As Sweden call a timeout. They lead by 7, 16 points to 9.
See that they're switching, so we can fake and stay or pick at the ball here. Get it?
So Sweden on the charge again, out to the corner. A foul called. Well, that's great defense again, what a block. And it could be a punishing dunk at the other end. That's better from the Netherlands. Zakwesi doing that all himself. Blocks the shot and makes the dunk at the other end as well. Sweden looking to respond here, and they have done. Three-pointer. Quickly cancelling out that little booster from the Netherlands. Šarapović not missing this time, as suddenly it becomes a slightly more free-scoring game. Van Vliet getting his first couple of points. Van Zengeren, I beg your pardon. Now, this was the block a few moments ago. And Zakwesi able to travel down the court unchallenged to finish. And into the final minute of the first quarter. Floated up, but nothing comes of it in the end. Another foul called, as the Netherlands were looking to break away. They just seem to have found their rhythm now. Getting themselves back into the game. There's the foul, pretty clear. Denzel Anderson can't have any complaints there. The officials are going to have a little look at this. Try and determine, I think, whether it's an unsportsmanlike foul or a valid attempt. So it's going to be just the 2 free throws from the line. No unsportsmanlike foul called after that review. The Netherlands back to within 5. That's nicely finished off. Anderson making amends. Getting Sweden back on track there. His first points of the game. We approach the end of the first quarter here. 21 points to 15. And is quickly cut to 4. Van Zengeren. And Sweden going to get the last say. They are. Serapovic with a terrific way to finish the quarter. How about this for a hook shot? Gets himself into double digits right on the buzzer as Sweden open up a 6-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 23 points to 17. Just a reminder that you can download the app for free to keep across all the action as the qualifying campaign comes to an end. And Sweden hoping for a bright start in this second quarter to keep their quest on track, and that man is certainly providing the spark they need. Kristoffer Serapovic off to a flyer. And there's a 3-pointer there, which takes his tally to 13. There's always likely to be a key man. Netherlands getting caught out again there. Here's Serapovic. And gets it back from Pansar. And fades away for the 2, can't get it to go. Anderson kept it alive. Serapovic again. And missed again. The Netherlands trail by 9. Yet to put points on the board in this second quarter, and they failed to do so again there. And Pansar trying to find a way through. He was looking for the decision to be given his way there, but no foul called as Sweden resume. Long two, attempted and good. Charles Barton knocking that one down. That's a double-digit lead again for Sweden. 28-17, just like in the first quarter. They made the better start here in the second. And here is Barton again now for Sweden. He was looking for the pass to Lindqvist. It didn't work out that time. Two-pointer attempted again. The Netherlands just can't seem to get going in this second quarter. They had a slow start in the first, as I mentioned, and there seems to be a similar case again here for Maurizio Buscaglia's team. Pansar drawing the foul here. There is Pansar again. There's Pansar. Sweden looking to keep the momentum here. Step back for the two from Pansar, no good though, and easily snuffled up by Nzekwezi. Oh, lovely layup there from Van der Vos de Vries. Netherlands back to within single digit of their opponents. 9 points the difference here. Sweden lose possession. Chirapovic unable to hold on to it there. Just a frustrating minute or so there for Sweden. De Vries into the corner, and no joy there for the Netherlands. They do still have it here. De Vries once more. Oh, and he makes it. And he's starting to have an impact. Van der Vos de Vries has helped Netherlands close the gap to 7. 4 points without reply from him. Get Netherlands on their way in this second quarter. Sweden looking to respond, and suddenly they are the ones struggling for the rhythm. Van der Vries puts up the three, almost single-handedly getting the Netherlands back into this game in the second quarter. Here he is again, trying to find a way through. Out to the corner for three, no good. Samba gets it back again. Looking for the bounce pass through the gap. Foot got in the way. Is Borg. Another three-point attempt, no good. And they've started to miss rather a lot here, the Swedes. Still 7 points clear, thanks to the Netherlands' slow start to this second quarter. Van der Vries again. And he draws the foul this time. Oh, technical foul called by the call on the coach there, presumably for something he said. Hugo Lopez not happy. So Franke making the free throw. He's made all 5 of his attempts so far for the Netherlands. All of his 5 points have come from the line as, once again, the Netherlands fail to close that gap. It is still a 6-point game. Well, it's a bit of a barren spell, this, for Sweden. After a good start to this quarter, they might get something from this. It is a foul. It's going to be a couple of free throws as well for Borg. Roland Schaftenaar, the player penalised. Tobias Borg drawing the foul. Hugo Lopez still not happy. Borg making just one of the two. Franke. A bounce pass is a nice one. It was almost brilliantly worked there by the Netherlands. Van der Vries almost making it count at the end. Samba out to the corner, three-point attempt is good. It's Barton. It's a big one for the Swedes, takes them 10 points clear. 5 points for him in the game. First three-pointer. The Netherlands looking for a way through. And that's exactly what they get. Luc van Brie banking a couple of vital points. His first points of the game. Well, opened up there for Borg. Found himself completely uncontested. Swiftly restoring the 10-point advantage here. Schaftenaar. Van der Vries. Schaftenaar for the three. Makes it. Roland Schaftenaar with a rare three-pointer for the Netherlands. Masamba for Sweden. Gets the pass in to Bergander. Masamba knocks it down from distance. Three-pointer from Thomas Masamba. And again, Sweden restoring their 10-point advantage as Schaftenar looks to cut it to 7 again. Another three-point attempt coming up here, and it's made by Luc van Brie. And once again, it is a 7-point game. And there's the open court for Franke, who makes it count. Suddenly it's only 5 points in it. The Netherlands have come to life significantly in the last few minutes, closing that gap. Starting to boil up nicely, this one. Sweden call a timeout, leading by 5, 37-32.
They want us to take jump shot. Will, whether it's a three or go hard. I mean, we taking these mid-range jump shots that it is nothing. And then they got 3 points on offensive rebound. We got to pick them up with this guy, we cover him, okay, somebody got to stand them back. And then another turnover.
So a little over 2 minutes left in the first half here. Sweden do still lead by 5. Netherlands have started a bit of a comeback in the last couple of minutes. Starting to make inroads into that lead. Actually, Sweden are still only a point worse off than they were at the end of the first quarter when they led by 6. Let's see a three-point attempt, no good. And Franke coming forward for the Netherlands, drawing the foul. So it'll be another couple of free throws here for Yannick Franke. 5 from 5 so far. Gonna have another look at this. Just analysing perhaps whether it was a push from Barton. Second time the officials have gone for a review. I think the original decisions get a stand again. Standard free throws here for Yannick Franke. And no mistake. 2 from 2. He's made 7 from 7. Netherlands 10 from 11 from the foul line. Sweden haven't had a free throw yet. But they do still lead, albeit by just the 3 points, and it's another turnover. Van der Vries, he does draw the foul. And Tobias Borg penalised. .90 seconds on the clock in this first half. The Netherlands aiming to close the gap. A three-pointer would tie the game. And that would have taken them to within 1, but Sweden snuff out the danger again. It's Cherapovic. Borg. Borg goes for the 3. Can't get it to go. Cherapovic did well with the rebound. We'll be looking to him, no doubt, to try and guide them back into a more commanding position. That will help from Bergander. 5 points the difference now. And it's going to be another timeout here. The time almost up in the first half, just over 30 seconds remaining. Netherlands call the timeout. They trail by 5, 39-34.
Shot. Okay? So, second. Box out. Box out. When we work the ball, when we go on rotation and collapsing, from the weak side, we need a box out. Okay? So don't play back the ball. Stance, elbow, and box out. Okay?
So 5 points still in this here as the half-time buzzer approaches. Sweden want to ensure they have their lead intact. Cherapovic was looking for the pass, didn't quite pan out, so it could be the Netherlands who have the final say. They were down by 6 at the end of the first quarter. They'll get one more chance before the half-time buzzer. And what a way to wrap up the half there. The three-pointer closing the gap from Van der Vries. Impeccable timing. And that has certainly tightened things here in the closing stages. Netherlands certainly coming back after a strong start from Sweden. It is actually 37-39, not the 34 that it says in your graphic because of that three-pointer right on the buzzer from Van der Vries. So it's only a 2-point game. Heading into the second half, Chirapovic leading the way for Sweden, 13 points for him. A little bit of a quieter second quarter from him. And Sweden, who have led since the start, only just clinging on to that advantage at the halfway stage. So plenty to look back on over the first half. It's been a fascinating contest. Sweden off to a flying start. Both quarters, Netherlands struggled to get into the game. But they finished strongly, especially with that three-pointer from Van der Vries. And it means that Sweden only lead by 2, 39-37 at the halfway stage. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half.
Pressure being applied here from Romania. Here goes Sochan, dunks all over him. 17 years of age, so what? Age is just a number, talent is everything. Nice work initially from Balcharovski, and And a great support play from Sochan.
Michael's Keller now look for a handoff. There goes the pick and roll. Keller, another dish off. Oh, baby! Same result. Oh, Philip Poverty went in with a two-handed jam there. You can see the beautiful bounce pass and the throwdown. I mean, look at this. They make it look easy.
Here come Georgia, looking for a quick score and playing a bit of volleyball on defense. Finland bat it away. There's the block from Madsen.
It'll be 2.6 seconds as Dimitrijevic fires it up and it's good! What a shot from Dimitrijevic! North Macedonia with the lead on the heave at three-quarter time and Mason no reaction. And something away. Lane throws it high. They've got the lob! Wide open, great execution for Estonia. The lob worked to perfection. Look at this pinpoint pass. Beautiful. Lana just threw it to perfection, didn't he?
So welcome back to Istanbul. It's turning into a decent contest, this one, with the Netherlands starting slowly but finding their way back into the game. Van der Vries with a big three-pointer right on the buzzer at the end of the first half to cut the difference to just 2 points. Yannick Franke leading the way in terms of point scoring overall for the Netherlands, with 9 for him so far. Van der Vries with 5 assists in the game. Sweden have led pretty much throughout, but have just started to be pegged back by their opponents in the final minutes of that second quarter. Chirapovic leading the way for them again, 13 points in the game so far. Free assist from Pansar, who wasn't among the starting five, but Ganda has made a contribution as well with a number of rebounds. But it's been an interesting watch, this one. The Netherlands, of course, have already secured their place at EuroBasket 2022. Sweden are going to miss out, and were they to go on and win this game and Turkey to lose later to Croatia, they would effectively miss out on qualification by a single point. As it's based on a head-to-head record when the teams are level in terms of their group positioning. Franke there, as I mentioned, leading the scoring there for the Netherlands. 9 points for him, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. But just going back to Sweden briefly, they beat Turkey by 7 points, but lost on Saturday by 8. So if Sweden were to win today and Turkey were to lose to Croatia, then they'd both finish with 2 wins from their 6 games in this group. But that head-to-head slightly favouring the Turkish team, and they would edge through despite the efforts of this man, Christopher Cherapovic. 13 points, 2 rebounds and a block in that first half. A little bit quieter in the second half, but he could be a key man for them if Sweden are to record the victory here and try and end this campaign on a high. Netherlands having already qualified, of course. Sweden will have to wait a little longer to play EuroBasket once again. 2013, the last time they appeared, as their 10th appearance. Never featured in a World Cup. Netherlands have made 15 previous appearances, although it didn't play in 2017. Last time was 2015. They finished 21st, 1 win and 4 defeats. The best result was in 1983 when they finished 4th. Head coach Maurizio Buscaglia, the Italian, just administering those final instructions before the start of the second half here. Same for Hugo Lopez, Spaniard in charge of this Sweden team. Almost ready to get underway in the third quarter. And can the Netherlands make a good start? That's been really the feature of their performances so far in the game. First and second quarter, they were just slow out of the blocks and allowed Sweden to take the upper hand. And they really finished the half strongly, cutting that gap down to just 2 points. It's a great moment at the end of that first half as well from Van der Vries, knocking down that 3-pointer, and he is going to be the player to get things back underway here, it would seem, as we're ready for the start of the second half. So Netherlands, of course, in the orange and Sweden in the yellow. As we get underway in the third quarter, Sweden have led from the start. The Netherlands have been closing the gap, and now trail by just 2 and looking to maybe tie the game or edge in front. Van der Vries, though, penalised. Offensive foul. So Sweden coming forward here with Masamba. Try and get the first points on the board as they have done in the previous 2 quarters. Well, Netherlands coming forward here, trailing by 4. Still trying to get their first points on the board in this 3rd quarter. The bounce pass in there didn't quite work out, but once again, 2 minutes into the quarter, still no points on the board for the Netherlands in this second half. Just seems to have been a feature of their game so far. Just unable to get off to a quick start. They've drawn the foul here. That was the block from a few moments earlier. And Sweden, though, with Borg uncontested, able to drift away unopposed. And Sweden re-establish a 6-point lead. 4 points added since the start of the second half here. The Netherlands still unable to get points on the board. Great steal that from Borg. And the rest was straightforward. And great awareness from the Real Betis point guard. There's Franke. Again, Sweden come away with it. Cherapovic is going to go for the 3 here. Could be devastating for the Netherlands. Suddenly a 9-point lead is opened up. It's a frustrating start for Maurizio Buscaglia and his team. Once again, it's a difficult start to the quarter. And they call a timeout, unsurprisingly, trailing by 9, 46-37.
Oh, no, it's not free side because it was a stagger. Free side is one elbow, is enough, and be down. And when we call free side, it's one leg. No 3 minutes on the opposite. And the same now, it's one ball in and flare. So if we set like that, there's a screener. It's not random. Hey, it's nice and deep, let's go, wait.
As you could see there, Maurizio Pascalia not at all happy with the way his team have started this second half. As I mentioned already, it's just been the issue throughout the game for the Netherlands. Slow start to each of the three quarters so far. And having cut the gap to 2 points right on the half-time buzzer, they now found themselves back to within 9 of Sweden. Still looking for their first points of this second half as well. Might get it here with a three-point attempt. That's that man again, Van der Vries. He's certainly been a standout player for them. He's got 10 points for the game now. And Sweden coming forward once more. Three-point attempts, still trying to really establish control of this game. They have led since the start. They still have a 6-point lead. Might feel it could be better and maybe haven't always taken advantage of the slow start from the Netherlands. Certainly the case, you think, in this third quarter. Čirapović under pressure. The Netherlands looking to break here. Van der Vries looking for a way through. Get the pass out. And it's an uncontested dunk thrown down without any challenge. And the Netherlands back to within just 4 points. Van Zengeren making no mistake there. 6 points for him in the game. Čirapović. Van Brie in his way. Panzer. And the foul called. Tobias Borg denied. And unlawfully so, according to the officials. Zengren, I think, thought he'd produce an excellent block there, not the vision of the match referees. Eight points for Borg so far, make that 9. And now a 6-point lead again for Sweden. Maintaining their grip on this contest. They have led since the very first minute. And they scored the opening points of the game. As the Netherlands look to respond again, but a missed attempt there by Nzakwezi. And beautifully finished. Lovely flowing move by Panzer to bring up the 50-point mark. 8-point lead 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Another chance for the three-point attempt. And the foul is called. So 3 foul throws to come. So it wasn't actually a foul on the shot there, so it will be the Netherlands with the possession here, trying to work their way back in. But no joy that time. Only added 5 points since the start of the second half. Turned over here though, the steal, and then Borg coming in for Sweden to reclaim it. Sharapovic, back to Borg again. Sharapovic, Panzer, he might go now, floats it up, draws the foul, he will go to the line. Well, but that Sweden have themselves a 10-point lead again. At various points in this game, they've had a double-digit advantage, and they have that now with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And once again, the Netherlands fail to make it count. They've really struggled in this second half so far. Still struggling to get going. Sweden have tried to be a little more ruthless in this second half so far. 13 points to 5, that's how they are currently outscoring the Netherlands in the third quarter. Might be able to get it to a bigger gap there, they could have done. A missed three-point attempt though from McGarity. This time Panzer is penalised. Well, Yito Kok making just 1 from 2. So it is just 6 points for the Netherlands in the opening 7 minutes of the second half. And a 9-point lead for Sweden. Make that an 11-point lead. Panzer floating through to finish. 54 points to 43. Van der Vest de Vries looking for the alley-oop pass. And nothing came of it again for the Netherlands. Borg, bounce pass. They'll come out for the three-point attempt, and it's good. And Sweden, with Barton, are starting to pull away. A 14-point game, their biggest lead so far. unsurprisingly, timeout called by the Netherlands. They have work to do here, 57-43.
Like they now, they pass, they pass, they swing, they score. We play just in the middle. It's no point. They are aggressive with age. We roll. We have to move from the side.
Well, they need a strong couple of minutes here, the Netherlands. They could be in real trouble heading into the fourth quarter. They've found themselves 14 points behind here. Really struggled in this third quarter to get points on the board. Chance here from the corner for a three. It's missed though. Sweden, well, they can take their time a little bit here and just try a measured approach. They'll want to make sure they go into that final quarter with a nice big lead and really challenge the Netherlands to fight back from a difficult position. Foul called here. McGarity it is. He's penalised. It will be a couple of foul throws for Nzakwezi. .12 points the difference. A little more than a minute to go in the third. Turned over here. And well, we're going to get a little flurry of activity here from the Netherlands in the closing stages, as we have done in the previous two quarters. Well, maybe. The steal from Nzakwezi setting that up. And Van Brie takes his personal tally to 7. It's a 10-point game. Sweden, though, will respond, or they should have responded. That's a missed opportunity there for Bergander. Now, chance for a three here for the Netherlands, knocked down by Schaftenaar. And that little flurry of activity, 7 points without response, has halved the deficit here. Just what the Netherlands needed. Finally, they find some rhythm in this third quarter with just over 30 seconds remaining. It's 57-50.
Will, if you're not ready, let me know, man. What? Airball. Turnover. Just let me come back again. I initial flash, okay? They switch, you did perfect, and then we keep going. Next play, we...
So Sweden will just be a little disappointed that they've allowed the Netherlands that little flurry of activity. It's not looking quite as good for them as it was a minute or so ago. But Panzer can change that here with a three-point attempt, no good. And the Netherlands might just be able to deal one last blow here, just as they did in the second quarter. It's the same man with the ball in his hands again, De Vries, but he passed it this time, and Zakwesi, unbelievable! A second buzzer beater from the Netherlands. And what a way to end the third. De Vries, who scored one at the end of the first half, sets this one up for Zakwesi. And a 14-point lead very quickly became a 4-point lead. That's the way it is at the end of the third quarter. 57 points to 53. And the Netherlands have come roaring back. They trail by 4. It's going to be a fascinating final. Well, that is just what Sweden wanted at the start of this fourth quarter. A bright start, and it's one that hasn't come to pass. Missed attempt from Anderson. It was the chance. Great rejection. So Anderson getting the first points on the board in the fourth quarter. The Netherlands quick to snaffle up possession again. And De Vries missing one though. And will we get a similar story again in the fourth quarter here? A slow start from the Dutch, and Sweden building up their lead. They have led from the start. Never been behind in this game. There's Van der Vries once more. Turned over again, and Borg with the layup. Well, this is quite remarkable how this seems to happen on such a regular basis. Every single quarter has been a slow start for the Dutch. They now trail by 8 again. Then cut that gap to 4. And, well, again, missed opportunity there, a missed rebound. Panzer. Sweden could be about to get that double-digit lead again here. Missed three-point attempt, though. And Van der Vries tidying up for the Netherlands. 10 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds for him. He's been the key man. If they are to turn this game around, we feel he's going to be vital for them. Nzakwezi goes for the 2. Can't get it to go. Again, almost 3 minutes played in this fourth quarter. Nothing on the board for the Netherlands so far. Maurizio Buscaglia must be wondering why his team takes so long to get going at the start of each quarter. It's only 4 points on the board from Sweden, so there's not too much damage yet. Barton penalised this time. And floated up, that's better. That's much better. Gito Kok throws it down. One of the plays of the game from the Netherlands. Finally get their first points of this fourth quarter. They still trail by 6. Šarapović looking for a way through. This is Panzer going it alone, couldn't finish. Tied it up by Schaftenaar, and away come the Netherlands again. And that was much needed from Gito Kok, getting onto that alley-oop pass from Luc van Brie. Is this the resurgence that they were hoping for? And it's Sweden who come away with it here. Šarapović. Six-point lead with 6 minutes to play. Only points on the board so far in the fourth quarter from the Netherlands from that play there. Gito Kok with the dunk. Barton for Sweden. He will get another chance here. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Shot goes up. Oh, it's good. It is good. Big 3 from Jonas Jerebko. 9 points, the difference again. Pansar here for Sweden. Fade away two, no good. Would have given the Swedes a double-digit lead again. Getting into the final 5 minutes of the game. Franke. Looking for a way through. Not much time left here for the Netherlands. And they do get this ball back in bounds. 3.8 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to have to be a swift attempt here. There's the three-pointer attempt. It's no good. So another missed opportunity for the Dutch. Panzer. Šarapović poised on the edge of the arc. He's not going to have enough time. Knocks down the three, but it was too late. 24-second violation. So not quite what they would have hoped for. That would have given them a 12-point lead. But he made that in time. Positive is they've used up the best part of half a minute there, edging themselves closer to what would be a consolation win, but a good win nonetheless. A bit of revenge for the defeat earlier in the campaign to the Netherlands, a 2-point game, and it just shows, doesn't it, that it is such a fine line sometimes between success and failure. And you think about the head-to-head difference between Sweden and Turkey, who could end up level on points in this group if Turkey lose today against Croatia and Sweden see this through. And it will be the head-to-head that'll make the difference in terms of who finishes third and qualifies and who finishes fourth and goes home and won't be going to EuroBasket 2022. Well, that will be determined by a single point, because Sweden beat Turkey by 7 in the first game. On Saturday, Turkey beat Sweden by 8, and that might be the difference between qualifying and not qualifying for Sweden. That's still to be determined, because Turkey could win today against Croatia, which would make it all largely irrelevant. But there's that to consider. Also the fact that Sweden only lost by 2 when they last played the Netherlands. 3 more points in that game, and will almost certainly be heading for the finals now. Repko banging those 2 free throws in means that they do have a double-digit lead, though, with 3.5 minutes to go. 11 points the difference. Going to take a big effort from the Netherlands here to turn this around. Another missed opportunity there. And now Sweden might just start to take the clock into account and building their offensive plays, try and use up as much time as possible, but also make sure they don't waste opportunities to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Because as we've seen, an 11-point gap can disappear pretty quickly. Well, that's just about the ideal outcome. The foul means a chance of a 3-point play, and that was converted with less than 3 seconds on the shot clock. Beautifully manoeuvred and mapped out there by Sweden. They lead by 13. They could make it 14. And the timeout has been called.
Okay, a different face completely. And again, push pass. Inside now to spread the floor. Inside is one stagger and stagger. And I was flash. And in the bottom. When we need one pick and roll, guys, they said always one edge. So, top and corner. Defense, 3-2 zone. Okay, now.
So they'll resume with the free throw here. Try and increase that lead to 14. Panzer take him into double digits as well. That's exactly what he's done. He's on 9, I beg your pardon. Not quite there yet. 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Big contribution from him today. Sweden up by 14 and another turnover. And they will quite happily run the clock down as much as possible in the next couple of minutes when they are in possession, whilst trying to increase that lead. There'll be a chance for Cherapovic. Wow! Three-pointer. That could be really devastating. He's got 19 for the game. Quietly, he's had a very, very big influence here. Suddenly, 17 points to make up in 2 minutes. It looks an impossible task for the Netherlands. Need to start knocking down a few from distance. That one's missed. Turned over again. Once more. They'll keep the clock in mind here. 2 minutes to go. Sweden looking to end their campaign on a high despite the disappointment of not qualifying. Nothing added that time. Not much urgency here about the Netherlands. There's De Vries, who really did get them back into it at the end of the first half. And they do get a couple of points on the board. De Vries winding his way through. And then Zakwesi just ensuring that it drops. Turnover here, and well, should have been another 2 to the Netherlands. Van Vliet couldn't make it count though. So there's still a 15-point lead here for Sweden, who've managed this fourth quarter really well. Been clinical at times and also sensible in their approach. 3-point attempt here. They'll get another chance. Run down a few extra seconds. Less than a minute to go. Deep into this fourth quarter now. Got to get the shot away here. They do in time. It doesn't go. And crucially, they seem to have the job more or less done here. The Netherlands just haven't really been able to get going in this fourth quarter. And they have paid the price, really, for slow starts in every single quarter of this game. And they will get a couple more here. Zakwesi making no mistake, uncontested dunk. And timeout called here by Sweden as they look to manage the last few moments of this game. They lead 72-57.
To Denzel, okay? Yunus. You go to this corner, okay? Go get Chris on this pin down, okay? on the handoff, wrong waist. I mean, the wrong waist here. Okay, get it? Wrong waist.
I will hand off with it.
Yeah, and then to come off, and then trade you here. Get it?
So actually 59, not 57 for the Netherlands. That two-pointer from Nzekwezi, who was almost completely ignored by Sweden there, which is probably why the coach called the timeout. Wouldn't have been happy with that, but he'll want his team to make a strong finish here. It's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but they will get that all-important win to see out their campaign. And Samba thought about the shot. Floated two, it's good. And that will be that. Sweden get the win. They may not be going to EuroBasket 2022, but they have got the victory to end their campaign on a high. Comfortable win in the end over the Netherlands, and they thoroughly deserved it as well. 15-point difference here in Istanbul. And it will be potentially a very narrow margin of defeat in terms of the qualifying campaign for Sweden. They're going to miss out, but they finish with a win. 74-59 the final score. Well, plenty to be encouraged by from Sweden's point of view. Netherlands will be frustrated at the fact they were so slow at starting in every single quarter. The fourth quarter, the most disappointing from their point of view. Just 6 points picked up in that final period, having got themselves reasonably close. They were only 4 points down at the end of the third, 2 points down at half-time, and they were in the ascendancy in both of those quarters as well as the quarter drew to a close. But all 4 quarters they played in, they started slowly and allowed Sweden to build up a lead, and in the fourth quarter it proved to be decisive. And plenty of highlights from Sweden's point of view, and plenty of performers to single out as well. And a couple of players getting into double digits. The main one to talk about, Christopher Cherapovic. He scored 19 points, 4 rebounds as well. A good all-round display from him. 11 points for Tobias Borg. A couple of rebounds and a couple of assists for him as well. Melvin Pansart, he made a big contribution too. 5 rebounds, 5 assists and 9 points. More assists than anyone else in the team. Jonas Jerebko as well with an important contribution. 11 rebounds and 2 assists, 7 points for him. Probably the leading contender for a double-double, but didn't quite rack up enough points in the end. The Netherlands a little disappointed probably with their overall score. A couple of players getting into double digits. Nzekwezi, reasonable numbers for him, 11 points, 5 rebounds for him. Van der Vos de Vries, 10 points, 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Definitely the standout player for the Netherlands, played almost 33 minutes of the game. And contributions from elsewhere, Yannick Franke with 9 points. 7 of those coming from the free throw line, only 1 from 9 from the field. 20 from 64 overall, their field goal percentage of 31.25 for the Netherlands, significantly lower than the 41.79 for Sweden. His three-point shooting was okay as well, 9 from 24, 38%. 6 from 21 for the Netherlands there. They're just outplayed really in every department. (47-37) in terms of rebounding as well. You could maybe forgive the Netherlands for being a little off the pace, given that they did secure their spot at EuroBasket 2022 just a couple of days ago. Slight hangover from that, potentially maybe not quite the desire to fight as hard as they might otherwise have done. So it's great credit to Sweden, who had nothing to play for today either, but they have secured the win. As things stand, they are ahead of Turkey in the group, but regardless of what happens, Turkey will edge them on the head-to-head, even if they are beaten later when they take on Croatia in just over an hour's time. But Sweden with the win here against the Netherlands, 74-59.
Congratulations for the win. What are your thoughts about today's game?
Today's game was a tough game against a good team, but we fought hard and played good defense in the end. That's what made us win the game.
Even though you lost your chance